I'll ask you. There's something that I like to ask people when I meet them, or just my friends. What was the earliest memory that you have?
Earliest memory. I have so many memories. Sometimes I can't tell if they're memories or things I made up.
Yeah, false
memories.
memories.
Not even false memories, just like things I want to happen but probably never will.
No. False memories is like when you feel like something is a memory, but it might not be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it'll just be deja vu.
Right.
Or if it's just someone else's memory, like something someone has told me.
Right. Which creates a false memory.
The earliest... Well, I remember when I used to go to Florida to visit my grandparents, and I used to dance with my grandma's boyfriend, and we used to dance like, you know, like when we're together and we're like this, and we used to dance to Justin Bieber, and like that's like probably the earliest memory I have.
And how old were you?
Like, I could walk, so probably like around 3 or 4.
Okay. I remember my first birthday. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
Your first birthday?
Yeah.
Like when you turned 1?
Yeah, when I turned 1.
You remember?
Yeah. I remember because I didn't know how, I have this memory, but I didn't know how old I was, but in the picture, they say it was my first birthday.
Oh. And you remember in your head?
Yeah.
Like not even watching a video, but like you remember it?
There's no video of it.
Oh.
I remember what happened. So, and I have like subtle memories of like me playing with a turtle. So that's like before I could walk.
I have subtle memories, but not when I was like young. Like when I was 1 or 2. I have subtle memories of me going to Disneyland when I was like 4.
Yeah.
Or like of me dancing on the couch when I was like 6 or something, you know, but not like young.
And the reason why I remember my first birthday is because Carlos.
Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos.
Tío Carlos?
Yeah.
Or cousin Carlos?
I was 1 year old. It was my first birthday, my first cake. He pushed my head into the cake.
When you were 1?
Yeah. And I remember that. And I remember that because I couldn't breathe because the cake went up my nose. And I was crying and I couldn't breathe. But because I was crying, I was breathing, right? So I couldn't breathe, but
You're exaggerating.
No. I couldn't breathe, but crying made me feel better, so I just kept crying because that, you know,
it was making you feel better.
Yeah, I was breathing. And everybody got angry at Carlos, and they said, you know, like they say like, oh, do you want me to hit him? Le pego? Oh. And I was like, no, don't hit him. Or I didn't say it, but I was just like, no. And
when you were 1, how could you talk?
Yeah. So I could say no, you know, and I could like understand because they went like that, you know, they raised their hands like le pego, and they're like no, and I couldn't explain any of it, but in my head, like I remember my reasoning that I didn't want them to hit him, and it was because Carlos always made me laugh, and I knew that he always did crazy stuff, you know, joking around, right? And I knew that
he didn't mean it as like a harsh way.
Yeah. I knew that he was just joking. And so like...
But you couldn't say that.
Yeah, I couldn't say any of that. So I knew he was joking. And so in a way I was like, yeah, I understand his humor. And like, I like his humor because he always makes me laugh. But it's just that I can't breathe right now.
Oh, so. That's why you're crying.
Yeah.
You're not really crying because he did it. You're just crying because you can't breathe.
Yeah. And because it was sudden and whatever, but, you know, like... But I understood, you know, he was just playing around.
That's crazy how you remember such an early memory.
Yeah.
It's like remembering when you were in the hospital at birth. Like...
Yeah, you know, no, I don't. There's a point in everybody's life, I think, and so for some people it comes later than others, when they realize that they are somebody. Because that doesn't happen automatically.
Well, that happens to me all the time. But it's not like a, oh my god, I'm literally somebody. It's like a coming of age thing. No.
Yeah.
It's like a small thing. Like I'm brushing my teeth and I'm like I look in the mirror and I'm like, that's me. Like I'm alive. Like this is me in this life. That's what I look like. Like my name is Caitlin. And it's just like so crazy because there's no other explanation. It's just that it's me.
Oh, okay. No, that's different. No.
But what do you mean?
So yeah, the thing that I mean is like younger, like when you realize, because do you ever meet like kids that don't know that they're alive? They just like go through life like, you know, they like have no regard for like what they're doing. They just like, if they're hungry, they cry.
Yeah.
They just like run around like, but at some point,
like they don't care about what anybody else.
Yeah, because they don't even know that they're somebody. They're just like an entity, like a ghoul, just like swimming around reality, causing chaos, right? But at some point, and like I asked one of the persons that I asked this was like on Leah about this realization, and she said that for her it happened like when she was 5, when that she looked in the mirror and she was like, oh, I'm a person. Yeah. So, but before that, it's just like.
Well, that happened to me when I was a little younger. Well, that was the first time that I thought like I'm a person. Like, that's me. The first time that it happened was when I was like 6, 5, or 7, and we were still living in this house, and I looked in the mirror in the bathroom.
That's pretty old.
I know it is, but like when I was younger, like I didn't think, you know?
Okay.
Like, do you know what I mean when I say like I didn't think?
Okay.
Like I would just do whatever the heck I wanted.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even care. Well, I would care until they hit me or something.
Yeah. That's typically how you control that mentality.
But I was like 5, 6, or 7, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's me.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I look like.
What have I been doing this whole time?
And it's like, there's just this sort of feeling when I get it. And I kind of don't know how to explain it. It's like a bittersweet feeling. And I'm like looking in the mirror and like...
You become trapped in your body?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought
I become trapped in my body. That's exactly what that feels like.
It's like before that you were just like a spirit, just like
like and then after when I look, I'm like,
now you have an identity. Now you're trapped within an identity. It's like, oh no,
like I'm real.
I'm a real boy.
but before it was just like
you didn't
like
have
eyes.
an identity. Yeah.
It was just like no, not even like eyes. You know, like a camera.
Yeah.
Like you look through it and you like see everything.
But you don't see yourself.
But you don't see yourself.
Yeah.
That's like me.
Yeah.
Like I may see like my hands or something, but like I don't see myself.
Yeah.
You know? Like how do I say that? Like I see myself, but I don't see myself.
Yeah. You don't recognize yourself as a thing, as an entity,
as a human being,
as an identity.
Yeah, as an identity.
Yeah.
I just like run around and like.
Okay, that's pretty old. 6, 7. That's pretty old.
5, 6, 7.
Okay.
I remember because I was in like preschool.
Yeah. Oh, you're in preschool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like, oh wait, not even 7. That's like 1st grade. So like 4, 5.
I think I had that pretty early on because I have memories from preschool. Like even my first birthday, I was already aware that I was a person.
Wait. I'm thinking. Now that we're talking about memories, I think I'm remembering that early memory I told you was a video that I saw.
I see.
So it's a false memory.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to think of a good memory. And every single memory that I remember of like early memories were just when I was in preschool. And they're not even like full memories, they're just like clips. Like my mom bringing me lunch in preschool. Or me talking to my teacher about Justin Bieber. Or me accidentally walking in on a kid in the bathroom. And then it's a boy, so I'm wondering why he's standing up while he's peeing. Or remembering that there was this one kid in my preschool who looked exactly like Mingle. And I used to call him Mingle because he looked exactly like me. What's his name? I call him Mingle because he looked exactly like him. Or I remember there was this one girl who would always pick on me for no reason. But they were only, like, the earliest memories I have were only in preschool. I don't have anything else before that, unless I saw it in a video. But I can't remember that.
So one of the songs that really changed my life when I was little was when I found out that people couldn't hear my thoughts. Yeah. And I experimented it, okay? Because, like, I asked Angel. I remember this. Because, like, I was afraid of, like, you know, like, people hearing my thoughts, or, like, because, you know, I talk and people hear me, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know that when you were thinking...
You didn't talk.
Yeah, you know, like...
So you're just, like, talking, but you can't, like, you're not...
No. So I recognized the difference in my body, but I didn't really know if it was a thing that everybody heard or if it was just me, right? So I told Angel, okay, I'm gonna think of something, and you can tell me what I thought. And I thought of something, and I was like, do you know what I thought? And he was like, no. Like, come on, tell me. Like, no, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna think of something else. Like, do you know what I thought? It's like, no. And I was like, so you can't hear it? He was like, no, I can't hear it. And then I was like, wow.
He's like, I'm unstoppable. I can think of anything and nobody can hear it.
And that's kind of like, I think it was that kind of realization that attitude that's driven me my whole life.
That nobody can hear your thoughts.
Yes, because now I can think, like, I dare to think of whatever I want in my mind. I can do anything.
And nobody can hear you.
Unspeakable things,
like
ungodly things.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think that's why I have, like, such a crazy imagination.
Yeah.
It's because
nobody can hear your thoughts.
Because I feel very secure. And
that only you know what you know.
So that's...
Wait, that actually just changed my own life. Well, I knew people couldn't hear your thoughts, but that just explains so much.
Because that, like, from that moment on, I feel like I had freedom to just, like,
think